little bit late. Yeah, but I'm here. Still updating Stream Decker. I just want to get live while I do all of this. There's that. Alright, Stream Decker is updated. Grab this for the stream announcement alt text. There we go, and bang. We're getting there, chat. We're gonna make it. There's the announcement. Let's throw that. Oh no, I didn't change my stream title. I'm an amateur. Alright, let's do that, and then... There we go. Stream title is changed. Alright, we did it. We're there. We did it, chat. Whew. We almost didn't have it. Had to restart Moto 3 different times for all very funny reasons, honestly, but that's part of why I am slightly late. I was hoping to get up by 8:30, and that just didn't happen. But that's okay. We're here. Okay. There's that. So we'll go back over here. Let's chill for a few minutes. Wait for people to arrive. Hello, Jamstone Forge. Hello. Good evening. You're the first here. I started a little later than I wanted to, but we made it. I think on my last stream I mentioned that I was maybe going to play Overlord one more time. But since it's the end of the month and I'm sort of putting together the February update for the sideboard guide, as of now, not really much to change. The format hasn't really changed a whole lot through most of January. Since I still don't feel comfortable enough with Overlord to make it the guide I'm putting out, I wanted to try White Orchid Phantom in non-Overlord D&T over the Thalias that used to be here, and see if this is still, if it still feels alright even in a deck that isn't gonna White Orchid Phantom as much as the Overlord lists do, with more copies of Wisp, Overlord to find multiple copies, Thalia, etc., etc. So we'll see. Also, kind of maybe a significant change to the vibe of the stream. I don't know. Tonight I'm gonna play some music on stream. I've never done that before, mostly because I just didn't want to deal with like the concerns about like copyright strikes, things like that. I did learn that there is a way to stream different audio tracks to Twitch, to stream and the VOD, which means that I don't have to worry about like I can still export VODs to YouTube for all of my people who watch there without having to worry about like putting 9-inch nails into my VODs. So is the first time I haven't tested. I haven't tested it. Like it works fine on my end at least, and it seems like OBS knows what's going on. I obviously don't know what it's gonna look like on the Twitch end, so we'll see. But when we get it, I'm gonna turn on the stream. I'm gonna turn on the music. I don't want to. I want to make sure I'm not talking over it, so I'm just gonna adjust the volume up slowly until we get it there. Um, it is a playlist I threw together of a lot of music I really like. There's only 5 hours of it in this playlist so far, so I'm gonna have to keep adding to it to make sure that the stream doesn't get repetitive. But you'll at least get a lot of bangers from like where my head has been at with music over the past couple of years at least. So. Ooh, a Yorion custom pick would actually be pretty sick. I imagine like some pick companies got to do that, right? Like that's just free money. I do. My guitar is in the closet over there, but I'm not getting it out. Sorry. The strings on it are like 9 years old. I have not played it in so long. All right, here we go. Ooh, this is a good first song. I obviously don't have a how many channel ports to hear the guitar? Undefined, an undefined number. um, Obviously, I don't have anywhere on stream right now that currently shows the playing song. I don't know if I'm gonna add it because I think it will make it a little bit weird for the VODs if there's like if they just like see a thing that implies music that's not actually there. But obviously, if you want a song name, let me know. I can provide it very easily. Anyway, I'm going to start the music and then tick the volume up slowly. All right, you should hear some flutes and some construction noise. Keep it right about there for now. Can you hear it? I guess can you hear this music at all? All right, perfect. I'm gonna leave it there for now. If it feels like it's too loud or too quiet, let me know. I can adjust from there. But anyway, this song's a banger. It might not sound like it right now, but it's sick. Decent level? Alright, perfect. Uh-oh. He hasn't actually been playing Stifle not that often lately. I feel like every time I'm watching his stream, he's playing something else, but we'll see. I don't think I really want this hand either way, though. This hand looks good. I think I'm just going to put back the White Orchid. Oh, literally yesterday? Alright, sure. Maybe I'm cooked. We'll see. At least Stifle Nut doesn't play Doorkeeper Thrall anymore. That's what makes it feel so impossible. Don't tell me he was on Doorkeeper Thrall. Stop. No. I might have some choice words for you. Maybe I was supposed to play the Vista first. Oh well. I am just going to Cauldron check. Oh, interesting. Is this going to get a cryptic coat? Really? That is interesting. Music volume relates to me talking. That is very interesting. It gets louder when I talk. That's really weird. It doesn't look like that's happening on my end. Hmm. Is it like very quiet right now? What do you get? Oh, he also got Cauldron. Okay. It became super quiet right after I asked. That's really weird. Alright, I guess I gotta look into that. Yeah, I was messing with it a bit, but like right now I'm not touching it. The volume should not be changing at all as I'm saying this sentence. I'm taking it up a little bit just to see how it goes. Yeah, it must be something. I just don't know why it would. I'm gonna turn it off for now while I figure this out. You shouldn't be hearing any music, right? You can't hear anything. All right, just stopped. Okay, cool. That means I at least have like the the I have the like channels right at least. So I'm just talking right now so that I can look at. Just looking at my audio mixer, and I don't see anything about the music volume changing while I talk. I hope this is great content, by the way. So one interesting thing here is assimilation Aegis on Stoneforge Mystic could give him a way to put in Cauldra. It does mean our mom stays alive, which kind of means we sort of beat the Aegis anyway. Okay, never mind, we don't. Just kidding. Um, well, yeah, cool. Yeah, I do too. I just wish that I had a way to like hear that so that I could troubleshoot it when I'm not like literally streaming. But I'm curious, what do you like? The device is set right. I don't see any changes. I'm still listening to the music. You just can't hear it on the stream, and I don't see any changing in the volume from me talking. The only thing I see change is my mic volume, as I would expect, right? Oh no. It's going to be a plow on the germ. I guess maybe a plow on the Orion. This Jite might end them though, potentially. Yeah, because it becomes a Stoneforge, but it doesn't have. Yeah, so this is totally fine. I guess not totally fine. The fact that they equipped now means it's a little bit worse. It means that like they could equip over to the illusion. Whereas before, if they hadn't spent mana equipping now, then GT counters would basically negate the first equip cost. Um, if I had one more mana, I could recruit for Skyclave. Unfortunately, I can't do that. This is a Snapcast originally, right? Yeah, okay. Um, but he's also at 12, which is really not a lot of life. Um, GT does basically mean he has to spend his entire turn again to get Cauldron into play, which is probably good enough. And then like my Cauldron is still better, quote unquote better, because it has the GT on it. I still have like, if I draw a land, then I can just recruit a Wisp and get rid of his Cauldron that way. A lot of things that we can do. Or we can draw the third Sword Supply Shares, and it looks a bit worse. Still playable, but Mills of Tundra. If only I had a Swords here. So now he puts in Cauldron. He has one card left after this, but we're still way ahead on life. If we draw any land here, it's pretty great. What do we want to recruit for here? I think it's going to be recruit and then White Orchid. The only other reasonable thing I see is like White Orchid plus equip Jite, but I think we just want to recruit for Wisp. Oh yeah, definitely not Emperor, especially between Cling to Dust and there being a Snapcaster in a graveyard. Yeah, we're definitely getting Wisp here. And then we'll get to learn. I have to imagine there's at least one basic planes here. Yeah. Oh, what do you have now? Do you have formal wear for a Batterskull? Okay. Not really worried that. I guess seven lands is a little scary, because now Cauldron equip can happen. What is this originally? This was the illusion, right? Yeah, it's the illusion. Okay. Trying to figure out if resetting my Cauldron is more meaningful than getting rid of his Cauldron. Yeah, Esper Stoneblade indeed. And then I think this White Orchid Phantom is better um, than equipping Jite. So puts in Batterskull here. Hopefully doesn't have a fourth basic lands. Okay, cool. So a Cauldron equip isn't super likely. I just want to hold back my first strikers right now. He's on 0 cards. I get my Cauldron back. And now I have lethal in the air. Unless he spends his turn moving the Batterskull to the Cauldron. In which case he's spending his whole turn to gain. He gains a bunch. He gains like 9 life, but then loses both of his germs, which is pretty big, especially because I have this Jite to start killing the Stone Forges before they get equipped. But he might be forced to do it because he's dead on board if he doesn't, so yeah. This is obviously a little bit of a pickle, but I have navigated my fair share of equipment mirrors in my day. So I think we're gonna make it. So I'm attacking with all of the flyers. It's 3, 4, 5. This would be 7, and then 9 is or 11, or 3. This is 5. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, I do have lethal next turn if I hold back the White Orchid, which I think is important for. Is it important? I think there's almost no cost to doing so, but because doing this means that there's basically no way for him to get life off of this Batter Skull. It's 4 mana. Is this a Wrath of the Skies? It's doing something. Oh, Cling to Dust. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So if it was a creature created against, okay, so he's just drawing a card. The 2 counters very likely already make it impossible. I think that I am basically playing around cards that don't exist because I'm not really paying a cost. Let's put it that way. Huh. I'm not sure why I was given priority there. That was weird. All right, cool. All right, we did it. Oh no, this is the first league I've played on my not Daybreak account. All right, let's scroll that back a little bit. There we go. Okay. I would love these Cabal therapies and snuff outs. I don't really want Emperor of Bones because there's just so few cards that go to the graveyard. Not sure what else I like. Definitely don't want. Bowmasters is like medium. GTA's medium. I guess White Orchid I don't really want. It was okay that game. But 3 basics is a lot. And it really only was even necessary because I needed First Strike to sort of win the creature war in a bit, which these cards are going to be much better at doing. If I just have 6 counters or 6 discard spells against Stoneforge tutor targets, like, feels pretty good. Honestly, actually, I think I'm going to keep in one. I think one Emperor Bones is more likely to do literally anything than one White Orchid Phantom, even though I'm not a huge fan of either of them. But as I keep saying, the first White Orchid Phantom trigger basically does nothing, and in this case, it's like the third that you need. Interesting. We have a Snuff Out for a Bowmaster. We have a Wasteland for greedy mana. We have Bowmasters to put on some pressure. I think this hand's okay. Just play like Tundra Ponder. Okay, Tundra Tamia. That's not what I was looking for. Yeah. That Caracas might not have been right, but it, I think we're putting a little bit in between like a rock and a hard place here in terms of like I don't really want to use Snuff Out against uh, Tameo when they're a Stoneforge deck, but I also am in like a really weird place in terms of like I really want to get a swamp into play to cast the Snuff Out. I also would have liked to wasteland them when there's Tundra Scrubland over there, but I'm just going to do the totally normal fetch Scrublands and then cast Snuff Out. Okay. I think I want to cast one of these Bowmasters end step because if we're Bowmaster, I think we want to respond to Tameo. I don't think so because like I specifically like waiting till the end step because if Tameo flips, it only has 2 loyalty and hasn't activated its +2, so like it's so much easier to kill. We're just going in. I'm leaving a card on top. Alright. I'm going to bounce now. Now they just tapped out. Maybe I was supposed to bounce anyway. Sorcery speed, I'm not sure. It's another Stoneforge. Prismatic ending on one of the Bowmasters. Okay. And another Tameo again. Okay. I kind of wish this Wasteland was actually a Plains. Whoops. Alright, I'm going to lull him in false sense of security here. Just make him think that if he answers this Bowmaster, he's going to be okay. But we actually have another one. Alright. Cool. Yep. On the mom? Okay. Yeah. That's, you know, we don't want too much removal in this matchup, but I think what's fine when we're reasonably far ahead in terms of the amount of pressure we're putting on. Speaking of which, I think this is where we're just gonna play the third one. Is this... They're on Bowmasters, okay. Should have cast Aegis instead of Snap Bending on the Mom. Yeah, that's actually... I agree with that. Yeah. Okay. Alright, give me something good. I think I need something higher impact than Mom right now. I guess it's not horrible if this is maybe a Mom Yorion turn. But I think I can do better than this. Yeah. Oh yeah, also Mom bad versus Aegis. Yeah, good point. Oh. That's higher impact. Let's go. Assimilation Aegis. And the Caldra's there? Ooh, baby. I don't really want to sacrifice my 3/3 Orc army, but I guess I'm not in a hurry to do it either. That explains why they've had like nothing to do for a while. Well, I'm gonna attack at least. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Brainstorm the TMS away? For real though? I feel like I just like how do they win the game after I do this, right? And then I need to put Yorion in my hands. Let's do that off of this. Yeah, that's fine. Resolves. I don't know why I X'd that off. It's going right back in their hands. I didn't want to wait until they drew. I didn't want to wait until land 6 for the same reason that. Basically, I don't want to give them the opportunity to find a brainstorm. Because, like, legitimately, they have, with their 2 Tamios against my Caracas and my Swords, they have, like, they're, like, out of ways to actually win the game now. So, I would much rather not let them protect their Cauldron by shuffling it back into their deck, basically, with Brainstorm. Or even, not even shuffling, just putting it back on top. Yeah, scrubland. Kill the Stoneforge. And should be dead next turn. Wastelanding to keep them off of the Batter Skull isn't actually that important, but I think it's just, you know, find all the ways to make it, like, basically guaranteed. Hell yeah. That's the spirit. Alright. Good start. Is he streaming too? That'd be funny. Bouncing the first cameo in response to the second. I thought about it for a second, but really I didn't want to lose to his one unknown card being Sword Supply shares. So I was gonna be swordsing his Tamiyo on my turn to kill him anyway. This hand looks pretty bad. Yeah. This hand looks pretty okay. I'm gonna get rid of one of the wisps. Last seen 2 days ago playing Cephalid Breakfast. Misty Rainforest is definitely a Cephalid Breakfast looking land. Yeah, alright. Okay. Get out of here, Nadu, because I hate you. Keep a card on top. Naturally. There's Urza Saga. I assume it's going to cast a Cephalid Illusionist. Yep. Interesting. I don't really want to wasteland here, I don't think. And I think White Orchid Phantom gives me the next best thing, which is still answering the Urza Saga. But there's the drop. Is this a Nadu? It is a Nadu. Okay. That could be worse. I don't like it, but it could be worse. So I'm just going to Skyclave that immediately. And what do they reveal? Ponder. Okay. And we are just crossing our fingers that Nomads or Shukar are not drawn, but we have little control over that. So, is it the third Nadu? No, this is Prismatic Ending. That was going to be good with my Flicker Wisp too. That's so mean. Tamiyo, interesting. Interesting. I really want this to be a Mom Stoneforge turn. It feels a little bit like I have to play Wisp just to make it so this Tameo can't attack for free. It's a little tough. Yeah. I think the problem is since they have another illusionist in hand anyway, like it's just gonna take so. Maybe I just have to go like. It's possible I should just acknowledge that the only way I'm really getting out of this is if I get GTA Online as soon as possible to deal with the second illusionist. No reason to attack into an 0-3. But I guess we can still do it potentially one turn later and hopefully don't die because of it. But I'm thinking now I probably should have still just let them get a card off of Tameo potentially and gone for the mom Stoneforge for GTA line. They don't shuffle off Ponder, and yeah, we're dead. Okay. I think like every breakfast list basically looks the same, but I'm just gonna look for a bit. Results-based thinking. We weren't beating this either, regardless of our two lines. So. Yes, I have a playset of Solitudes. Needle, it's basically these 5, maybe 6 cards. I don't want White Orchid Phantom. I've never been impressed with Emperor Bones in this matchup, unfortunately. And I think I just shave a Wisp just because I need stuff that's less expensive than that, basically. And Wisp, notably, is a really hard time getting damage in versus a deck with Nadu in it. But all of this feels about right. Yeah. I think this hand works. I think this hand has everything I want, pretty much. It is a 6-card hand, but in terms of 6-card hands, it's definitely up there. I really wish I could have got the music working. Listen to it, a banger of a song. Still really don't know what happens, but all right, what you got going on over there, opponent? Okay, sure. Yeah. The Phantoms are okay against the Sagas. They're a way to destroy Saga, but Breakfast usually has usually like 3-ish basics. And I find that I very rarely lose to the Saga part of Breakfast. Almost, it feels like they basically have to combo me in order to get anywhere, really. So. Smelling like a Nadu. Yep. Yeah, I can see if I get a swamp here. Just in case I draw like a Thoughtseize next turn or whatever, I can Thoughtseize plus Bowmasters. Force Pitching Illusionist. Okay. Bummer. I guess I have to just hold up or get to 5 mana for Solitude then. And hope that we don't just get nomads. Looks like no so far. You know what the top card is, so you should know whether you're getting rid of it. Yeah, okay. Tropical Island goes down. Take 3. Okay, we survive a turn. What do they do? Memory Journey, Shuko, Ponder, and Brainstorm. Okay, sure. They found the Brainstorm. So lucky. Yep. Another Nadu? Okay. Can I draw a Skyclave so I can hold up this Bowmasters literally any turn this game? I guess the swords would also work for that. Okay, 1 card left from them. Man, that's no good at all. So I think yeah, recruit. Recruit for Skyclave. We could also recruit for Solitude. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to just be Solitude here, right? Yeah. Let's get this Nadu the hell out of here. Another Swords to Plowshares. Wow. Don't keep a card on top. I don't like that at all. I think you've gotten Vile over adding Yorion. Maybe. They don't play Therapy anymore. There is no Cabal Therapy in Breakfast. Yeah, it's been cut for a while. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's like a 2 of ish days, I think. This'll work. Some lists just run one, even worse. Uh, has lag been? I haven't felt any at all. I know they pushed out an update. I think to deal with it. So, arid mesa, interesting. What does that mean? Does it mean I'm getting wastelanded, or can I just? I guess I don't know what I'm looking for right now. So, oh, nice. Okay, cool. Mm. When in doubt, Calder Trek. Could be red white painter maybe, although I don't think that would play a wasteland. Whoa. How much is it? Has 3 loyalty? Wouldn't be the first time I've just played against Boros Energy in Legacy. Do I care about this Ajani flipping even, or do I just kill it with Cauldron next turn? I guess I might not if they have swords for the Cauldron. I don't really think I want to just like throw a Solitude. Oh, I guess. Uh, yeah. Huh. I'm gonna go for it. I have a Solitude at least. Not even sure that like they're gonna have a red permanent to make the Ajani matter. They don't block anyway, even easier. Mm-hmm. You got it. So what's the worst that happens? I take 1 from the bombardment. They can make a cat deal me 2, so I would be going to 12 basically, and then I kill the Ajani um with Cauldra. Um I guess technically I'd be a virtual 10 because of the Guide of Souls, and the cat token could also get sacrificed, but like the Ajani is dying at this point, so I think I just take the 5. That's a pretty good one. Whoa. think I care more about the Bowmasters than the Staff of the Storyteller. It's hard to say. Yeah, especially because I have Bowmasters for their staff. Obviously, Bombardment means my Bowmasters won't really stay in play, but... So now I will recruit... I have to be careful about my life total, certainly, against Goblin Bombardment right now, but... I'm just going to recruit for a Skyclave to kind of help that problem. I still have a white card for Solitude if I need it. My opponent can't currently jump anything with Guide of Souls. Okay, I was wondering if that was going to be a thing that happened. I played against a deck very similar to this a while back. I think I'm supposed to just use the Solitude now on the Guide of Souls. Yeah. Just make them have to make them have to guess on the therapy, use another card, use another one of their tokens to take the Bowmasters if they want to. Once they take the Bowmasters, I can then put Yorion into my hand safely. I still have this Cauldra. Yep. I'm not gonna block. I think I just want the extra stuff in play for a potential Yorion. Mm-hmm. I guess there was no reason to play the Crocus into their known wastelands. That was a little silly. Okay. Would have liked that last turn, honestly. Now it's a little late. So I'm at a virtual 2. Can I meaningfully change that right now? Doesn't feel like it. I guess Bowmasters maybe helps. Yeah, more bodies in play might just be the way to go about this, rather than casting Yorion right now. Yeah, I still have to attack with Cauldra for sure. Also, I think I'm supposed to specifically kill the Spirit token here. since that can theoretically attack me for 1, which put me at a virtual 1 life right now, basically. So now I'm still only at a virtual 2. Sure. Okay. Jesus Christ. All right. I don't really think I want Cauldron in this matchup. They're just so aggressive. Don't really want Sash either. Maybe it's just that. Maybe that's all we need. And honestly, I wonder if I want Pithing Needle over like a Thoughtseize, maybe. I don't love White Orchid Phantom, but it is a first striker, so it can block stuff. Which sometimes is just good enough. Definitely not a matchup where I really want to be paying 4 life for a Snuff Out over a Path to Exile, but... I got an Aether Vial. A really awkward Aether Vial hand, because we don't have white mana for swords until turn 3, but... I think we gotta do it. Hey, I'll take it. Broadside Plow 4 lands. I will take the broadside, thank you. Yeah, I'll take another land. I really hope they Surveil keep on top and then I White Orchid it. That would feel really good. No, okay. I am going to White Orchid in their upkeep though. Just takes them off of mana this turn. Wow, what a combo. Yeah, I'm gonna Surveil again. Honestly, yeah, I'll take it. I think I'm just chilling. Probably just gonna hold up Recruiter for Bowmaster to get some bodies in play, and then I also have swords if anything totally ridiculous happens. There's a lot of first strike happening over here. Oh, whatever I'm supposed to... Yeah, I think I am supposed to make this trade here. Let's keep my life total high. Might be the most first strikers you've ever seen on a board. I think that's probably right, yeah. We'll take this up to 2. We're gonna recruit for a Stoneforge, I think, here. Yeah. And then take that up. And yeah, I'll play Mother of Runes. I am surprised that this Swords hasn't been cast, but the Mom pretty much forces the issue, so... Yep. Oh, maybe I was supposed to exile the Guide of Souls. I think at this rate, I'm probably going to end up swordsing whatever gets pumped with the Guide of Souls. Yeah, I think I was supposed to swords the Guide of Souls, though. That was foolish. Oh well. I would love to get a GT, but it's going to be really frustrating if I don't get to... No, maybe it is supposed to just be GT. Because, like, if I don't, then whatever, because I'm going to Yori on this turn anyway. Yeah, I'll just get GT. Yeah, cool. This hand's a little... I think this hand's got to be good enough to keep, right? It's a little slow, but we've got Vile to catch back up. Just really don't want to see a Guide of Souls, but what else is new? We can at least stomach it a little bit as long as we draw a third land to cast the Skyclave. Interesting. Much to consider. Yeah, I want Phantom Blade here. Ajani gets bottomed. It's kind of crazy to me. It feels like that'd be a really good draw here, but... What is the trick with this Ocelot Pride? Oh, right. Yeah, it's Bowmaster, duh. Alright, that was a little silly. Yeah. Alright, another lands, please. Please, 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 please. Okay. This is so much energy for this stupid Guide of Souls. Oh my god. Come on, land, land, land. Yes. That's a really good land, too. Okay. Chat, I think we're going to make it. Okay. Bowmasters kill the Ocelot, Pride, Stoneforge, Phantom Blade in, equipped to the Bowmasters, kill the Guide of Souls. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Well, at least I have an answer for that one too. But hell of a card to cast right now. It's also only a 2/3. It's just literally just lands and creatures in the graveyard. That's crazy. Well, no reason to act yet. We can just pass. I guess that's fine, actually. Just make them spend their energy on something. Yeah. And then with this on the stack, I'm just going to wisp the Phantom Blade. Tick up. And hopefully we just draw lands within the next 2 turns. That's a totally fine non-lands to be drawing, so I'm cool with that. This is more like what I think that will happen in this matchup. Bowmasters on the Wisp. Yeah, that's fine. Little do they know. Ooh. Yeah, sure. Whatever. All right, cool. They're over it. Anyway, yeah. So this is like the third-ish time I think I've played against like some sort of energy. Usually Boros, sometimes Mardu. And thus far they had mostly gone like they did in the first game, where it felt like I just got like kind of overwhelmed by everything really fast. That was the first match where I felt like I had multiple games where I could really like actually keep control of the board. Obviously, Aether Vial is a pretty significant part of that. Um, but I think also I just like not being a modern player. I always like looked at the Boros energy list like from afar, being like, oh, okay, it's just like a red white like sort of aggressive value deck, and not much what a sweet summer child I was. That's just an aggro deck. That it's much more an aggro deck that happens to have value oriented parts to it. Which made me sort of more understand why everyone was so sick of it back before the most recent modern bans. But anyway, I digress. Cool, sick, love it, perfect. Translator's note: it was not perfect. Wonder why the legacy version doesn't run the One Ring. I think probably just because it gets to be a wasteland deck, so it doesn't have to. Yeah, I noticed that. I did it right on the last trigger. The last Guide of Souls reflexive trigger in that last game. I did do it wrong earlier though, because I think I sourced an amped raptor that had gotten counters when I can just do it beforehand. Yeah. This is not good, but I think I am going to keep it. My opponent did also mold a 6, so I think we might be okay, but we'll see. Yeah, towards the end of that last game when they attacked with the Amped Raptor and the Barrogoyf, and they put the counters on the Amped Raptor. I Bowmastered the Amped Raptor with a trigger on this deck. I don't like this. Wasteland, please. No, not even close to a wasteland. All right. Well, chat. Wish me luck. Okay, it's not an Urza's Tower. That's something. White card, please. White card, please. No, just nothing. All right. I tried. It figures that my hand would be like completely non-functional the one time I ever have a forge opponent that has a hand that doesn't just like immediately kill me. Yeah, no wasteland, no white card, just all right. So One Ring. It's a Mystic Forge. It's also like there's a Fallout Mystic Forge. I had literally no idea. All right, we'll probably just toast. Let's hit 2 lands. 2 lands, please. Even a White Orchid Phantom would have been okay here because I would have been able to probably just take the Ancient Tomb there, so they'd only have 2 mana going into this turn. They'd have a Flesh Raker in play, but That is not a normal main deck card. Interesting choice. I think that makes sense, though. Whoop. All right, I can finally F6. Why does Fleshraker say any colorless card? It really could have just said Eldrazi card. There are obviously a lot of things that basically all of the Eldrazi cards could have said instead of what they do, but you what? They are playing some fun cards in their deck. Right on time. Perfect. Yeah, I'm over it. Play Needle, Therapies, Mindbreak Traps. Let's get rid of Wisps, Jite, Emperor, and Sash. That looks about right. I guess I should play Cages too. Oh yeah, Mother of Runes. Mother of Runes doesn't do anything. Play Wisps over those, I think. And I could maybe play Snuff Outs, but I really don't want that much removal against only Fleshraker. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Maybe I'm supposed to have a Snuff Out at least over a Phantom Blade, but I'm too late now. Mindbreak Trap is not good enough for it to be the only card in my hand that does literally anything. Okay, I can roll with this. It's not great, but I can make it work. I think I think I'm bottoming the cage here. It's going to be really annoying if my opponent has a Mystic Forge specifically, but it's the least common 4-drop engine card for them to play. So I think I want to get rid of that and then just go like turn 2 White Orchid into turn 3 Flicker White Orchid and just try to Stone Rain my opponent as much as possible. And not having the cage in our hand specifically gives us the added benefit of having nothing to cast on turn 1 so that we can easily surveil with this land drop. Planar Nexus is a card that I would be very happy to White Orchid Phantom. I do want that. I want a Skyclave. Perfect. Yeah, pass the turn. Let's go. Sure. I wonder what their blind name is this time. Maybe Wastelands? It's a little late for that. I only have one more. I only have one more in my deck, friend. But I guess I get it. They do have Metalcraft. So that taps for 2. Monolith, yep. Mystic Forge. Where's that Grafdigger's Cage? They've used their land drops, so they have 2 mana left right now. It's not a whole lot. Okay, now they have 3. Alright, cool. Can roll with that. So this is putting them to 10. Ooh. Yeah. I'll keep that. Put you down to 3, 4, 5, 6. Put you down to 3. I'm going to exile the Mystic Forge. And you're going to need to cast a lot of spells to beat this, so I'll just leave the Mindbreak Trap in my hands. And now I just have to win the last game on the draw, assuming that I win this. I've lost from better board states than this, because this deck is dumb as hell. Mm-hmm. Alright, maybe they have the full 4 Mystic Forges. This is most Mystic Forges I've seen out of the Forge deck in a while. Is that spell 1? That's spell 2. Spell 3. No shot. Sick. Alright. Cut Phantom Blade, bring in Snuff out. Yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. Alright, this could this could work out. I definitely would rather have Thoughtseize than Cabal Therapy, but I'm not gonna mulligan discard spell into Stone Rain. So ooh, mull it a 5. So you're saying there's a chance. Let's go. You're gonna Disruptor Flute me again? Yeah, you got it. It's too late to name Wasteland. You have to name. This is. You have to name the card I haven't used. I am going to name the One Ring. Perfect. basically every other card was more beatable than the One Ring. Interesting. Do I want them to have more mana or painful mana? I think when they have like literally nothing going on, I just want them to have less mana. Okay. I'm going to Stone Rain them again. I think I'm also getting rid of that Lotus Petal for some that they... no, I have the Thoughtseize. I can just Thoughtseize the Lotus Petal next turn. They already haven't cast it for 2 turns, so I don't know why they'd play it now. Finally. Goodbye, Mystic Forge. Definitely big props to White Orchid Phantom in that matchup. Really, White Orchid Phantom is really good when your opponent has no basics. I just wish that happened more. But certainly did way more than Thalia would have. I think it's safe to say. I guess maybe close given the way those specific games turned out, but when you don't have ways to when you don't have like when you aren't destroying your opponent's lands, monoliths and keys are a really easy way to just pay through all of Thalia's tax on a much faster schedule than you can like pressure them with the extra mana they have to spend. But so yeah, double Crocus is annoying, but everything else about this hand is great. The Crocus will get wastelanded anyway. It's easy. All right. Thoughtseize, turn 1 in the blinds. Not again. Okay. I have to beat Forge twice. Oh yeah, please use your Lotus Petal to cast the defense grid. I just have to Cauldron them. Unfortunately, I wish I had a Wasteland or a White Orchid Phantom once again. Is it worth Lotus Pedaling my Karakas to cast this vial? I don't think so, because I think I would rather... I don't want to not be able to cast the Recruiter next turn. Although I guess what am I even getting with the Recruiter is maybe a fair question. Yeah. Okay. Gonna pretend like any of this matters. Get a Solitude, the Flesh Raker, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So what do we do? Cut the Mother of Runes, cut the Jite, cut the Phantom Blade, cut the Sash, cut the Emperor Bones. What was the last one? I think I only brought in one Snuff Out. That's what it was. Yeah, there we go. I'm good, Chileth. Leyline is actively... no, Chileth. No. I love exiling my opponent's artifacts unnecessarily so that they can get them back with Karn. It's my favorite thing. I don't love this hand, but like, there's just not that much I can mull to. Um, the real question is, can I actually afford to play Aether Vial on turn 1? Because the answer is sometimes, and I'm sure the fact that I am thinking of doing it means that if I do, I'm going to get super punished for it, and I should just Thoughtseize and not think about it. Let's see. What would have happened? Not much. Alright, sure, I guess. um, I guess if I cast turn 1 Vial, it gets Wastegate Battle Maged. I'm going to get rid of the Karn here, and then they are probably going to go Tomb Petal Fleshraker. Or they go Tomb Tower next turn, Fleshraker, cast Petal. That's the other possibility. In which case, I'm happy to cast Vial to sort of bait them into maybe casting the Battle Mage instead. Or I just cast White Orchid Phantom. That would also be nice. Alright, they just pass. This multiple Caracas really showing up in force this match. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Petal? Yep. Alright, they have an answer for the Vial anyway. Alright, Fleshraker's gone. It's Battle Mage, Kozilek's Command, something else. Second Urza's Tower is not great. This means that as soon as they find a planar nexus, they immediately have 7 mana. There's nothing I can do about it. Which is it's just too much mana. I'm not afraid to say it. I like barely even want to cast the White Orchid, but what else am I gonna do? So they're gonna Kozilek's Command for 1, 2, 3, up to 5. So 3 looks at a yeah. 3 looks is just a few too many to find a planar nexus. Alright, 3 bottom. another Ursus Tower. Oh my god. Alright, Monolith. So it's Whiskey Battle Mage, random card in their hand, right? Yeah. Okay, they have a ton of mana, but nothing to do with it right now. This could be worse. It's actually not a bad point to put Yorion into my hands. Not holding up anything else. Snuff out 0 mana, I get to surveil, maybe find a 5th land or a spell that matters. Or my opponent just finds a 1 ring off the top. Okay, Mystic Forge. Not quite a 1 ring. It is both worse and better. They have 1, 2, 3, 2. They have 5 mana available. Did they make their land drop? I don't remember. No, they did not make their land drop yet. I was wondering if Karn was on the top. I think that's one of the only things that would really make him think that long about what's on the top. Oh, they also have the Eldrazi spawn. I forgot about that. Alright, so they're threatening to lattice lock me next turn. This could be huge. If they don't have a spell on top they can cast right now, and I snuff out the Flesh Rigger before they get a spawn in play, then the Karn's dead, the Mycosynth Lattice is dead, and the Wastegate Battle Mage still doesn't really do anything. Let's go. I do not want another Surveil land, unfortunately. I'll take this up. What does it matter? Stone Forge. Alright, Karn's dead. We're not getting lattice locked. I don't know why I X that lattice. I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess the lattice isn't likely to matter. I'll go ahead and get Cauldron here, though. Notably not foolproof. It can literally get exiled by the Wastegate Battle Mage right there. But maybe we'll just do enough damage with it on the first turn it's in play, and it won't really matter. Would have much rather drawn an untapped land than the Stone Forge. I think White Orchiding into the lands would have just been really good. What is this? Is it Kozilek's command, maybe? Yeah. Hmm. I guess that sort of makes sense. I'm surprised they feel that they can take the 5 from the Cauldron, though. Especially when this White Orchid Phantom isn't guaranteed to get another trigger next turn. Alright, 2 top, 2 bottom. They haven't used their land drop. There's Ancient Tomb, Monolith. If they activate the Mystic Forge, they have to kill me. So there's that. Because I have... Or One Ring, obviously. Okay. That doesn't actually really do much here. I guess it's the same thing. If they use Candelabra on this turn, they have to kill me. Okay, sure. Two top, huh? Alright, well, you don't have Ancient Tombs anymore, but you sure do have a ton of other stuff going on. There's nothing we can recruit for, so we're supposed to just hold up Solitude here, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. Kozilek's Command is a hell of a card. Or I have to remember the Mycosynth Lattice is one of the cards here. Just in terms of like what my opponent's options are. Alright. I was going to say, the one thing I could see myself recruiting for with Yorion would be Bowmasters, which would kind of be good here, but... Okay. Lattice is in play. What the hell? Oh my god. This is really just wasting my time, making me have to do all this. Okay. Alright. I was probably supposed to just get Bowmaster's last turn, but send the message. Oh god, I can't see anything. Alright, I'm just gonna F6. To be fair, Eldrazi got brought back by a lot of cards. I mean, both Forge and Eldrazi got boosted by like 3+ MH, like Modern Horizons 3 cards. Kozilek's Command is a key piece, but there's also Fleshraker and Vexing Bauble and literally all of the other Eldrazi. Okay, my stuff's turned off. They have to kill me right now. They have like 11 mana to kill me with, but 14 mana to kill me with. I think if they had Ensnaring Ridge in their wish board, it would be trivial. I guess not trivial. They would still need to empty their hand, which they might not have been able to do. Yeah, at this point, they just have to kill me. But they can't really miss on like any Mystic Forge cards at this rate either, so it can happen, like, but I think whether or not they navigated this game incorrectly, they Candy Trail. Interesting. Okay, well, that fixes a lot of problems, huh? It fixes like literally all of their problems. It's kind of crazy. I guess I shouldn't say all of them. They're still currently just dead to Yorion unless they have a way to array around that. So actually, they're not dead to Yorion. They have the Wastegate Battle Mage in their hand. Okay, got another Karn. But now they can't. They didn't crack Candy Trail before that, so that they can't tap their Ancient Tomb for mana still. So they have to Karn for a 0-drop here to like make any more mana. Yeah, they. I feel like they something didn't add up there to me, but I'll take it. I won, so now we just have to win again. I just have to win my second game against Forge on the draw. Hooray, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? Welcome, chatters. Hope you had a good time with Esper. Other than against me, I guess. The first game was honestly really cool. The second one was kind of a stomp from what I remember. Unfortunately for you, I have navigated several dozen equipment mirrors like that, so this hand has a lot of cards I want. Double Thoughtseize just has to be enough, right? Okay. Okay, okay. Get this shit out of here. um So the only one they can even theoretically cast next turn is Kozilek's Command, right? There's no other card they can cast off of a single additional draw step. Do I even care about them doing that versus I just take the One Ring now and Karn next turn? Yeah, I'm just going to take the One Ring and Karn next turn. And hopefully I just draw lands for the next couple turns. Okay, good start. Yeah, take the Karn here, right? I guess they can't even cast Karn next turn potentially, but there's just no reason to give them cards like that. I guess maybe I could take the risk of them casting Karn and me not drawing a lands to take the Kozilek's Command instead, but I don't think I want to do that. Can I get a White Orchid Phantom, please? That would be pretty sick. Yep, Manifold Key. Monolith, okay. I'll take the Monolith. They can't Kozilek's Command for literally anything if I take the Monolith right now, and then the only mana they have. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get rid of the Monolith. The Urza Saga constructs might be a concern, but I have a Swords and a Solitude in my hand right now, so This is the part where you remember that defense grid is symmetrical. Right, of course. You can cycle it. You can cycle a Kozilek's command for 0 for some reason. How could I forget? I mean, still deal, but I'm a little upset that they can do that. Not gonna lie. I think I'm recruiting for a White Orchid Phantom. And then I'm gonna swords the first construct. But they don't have much mana, and I want to make that so they have as little as possible. I guess if I'm swordsing, I was supposed to attack there, but... Mm-hmm. Naturally. Okay, this could be worse. I'm just gonna Phantom the Planar Nexus. And I have to sorcery speed the Bowmasters, which is annoying, but like they're also kind of getting low on clock right now, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I just want to make everything they can do feel as bad as possible this turn, and then I guess I ping the White Orchid Phantom, whatever. Next turn, I get to Solitude the Construct, and then attack for a bunch. The only thing they can they only have 3 mana, or 4 mana because of the Mox Opal. Alright, 6 mana. But basically, they have to go off with the One Ring here, and it totally might work for them because this deck is stupid, but I think this is the best way to make it as hard for them as it can be. Of course. What a hell of a draw. Urza Saga into Dismember, like, basically perfect. Very much boo, Mystic Forge boo. Naturally. Taking 5, going down to 10, I can deal them another 5. I don't know if that really matters here. I think it only would if I drew a Bowmaster. I think that is what I'm supposed to do, though. Just... Attack out, do as much damage to them, cast the Solitude to have a blocker. I don't know what else I can do really. I'm not exiling anything because I want them to have as low a life total as possible. They spent so much time not killing me in game 2 that I am making them go through the trouble of killing me here. You got a minute 40. I'd feel better about it if I was at a higher life total than 9 right now, but we'll see. Okay, second Fleshraker is gonna make it a little bit faster, huh? Well, I did my best, chat, but I could not beat Mystic Forge twice. I did everything that I could. So what did we learn today? Mystic Forge sucks. Just kidding. We already knew that. The breakfast loss was kind of a bummer. Just felt my opponent got like kind of lucky, but Nadu decks can get lucky. That's kind of part of why they suck. Beating Forge once was nice, especially definitely thanks to White Orchid Phantom. It would have been really nice in that second match if we drew it like ever. I guess we drew it in, I think, it was either game 1 or 2, I don't remember, but we really wanted it in that game 3 to like keep things in wraps, and we just couldn't. Finally beat Mardu Energy, legacy staple. I don't know. It's funny because like the differences between the two lists are obviously like really small, but just like something about Overlord, it just doesn't vibe with me. It's very not unscientific, and like clearly the deck is good. I'm not saying the deck is bad, but just like I don't know, something about not having Overlord in my deck just feels better. I think I do think that like there's some merits to the idea of like, well, you know, if you look at like specifically like my previous Overlord list that cuts Spelias, like the Mother of Runes basically just turn into Overlord of the Bailmerks. And I think there's some merit to the idea that like maybe even just like normal black white DNC doesn't really need Mother of Runes anymore is a thought that's been in the back of my head for a while, because like there's so many matchups that you board it out against. So many matchups where like mom doesn't really even matter, because your creatures don't matter. D- your creatures in play don't really matter because your opponent's just killing you anyway. Yeah, yeah. I think you had mentioned. I think a couple other people have too, and it's been something that's been. It's a thought that I've had for a while that I don't know if I've ever like really said out loud, but I think there is merit to finding a non-Mother of Runes card to put into D&T. I just don't know if I want that card to be Overlord of the Bailmerk. Is kind of like the that's the sort of like perspective that I'm looking at it from is like that is the change that's really being made is you Mother of Runes turns into Overlord of the Bilmerk. Yeah, I really want it to be a card that's either cheaper or more immediately effective, but we have been we have been scraping the bottom of that barrel for the last like year and a half it feels like. So I don't really know what it would be. It might not be that cards that are cheaper, but maybe some more cards that are just have like more immediate impact, whether that's like another formal wear. Like this is obviously not really falling in line with making things cheaper, but like maybe we just want more wisps in the deck over Mother of Runes. There are definitely some trade-offs there for sure, but it's things to think about. Maybe I start playing some Cabal therapies in the main deck. Who knows? I do bring them in enough matchups that like I don't think that's totally crazy. Um, but it's definitely not what I would be excited to be doing, I think. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, if it's not going to stay one mana, it has to be something that's really good. So, and Wisp is definitely in a better spot lately than I think it has been with the number of Saga decks. I think it's better in a deck with White Orchid Phantom because it's one of the few. It's like finally a 2-drop you want to Wisp that doesn't require mana of you on your third turn. That's like a problem with Stoneforge a lot of the time, is that like Stoneforge into Wisp isn't really a thing because you need to activate the Stoneforge on turn 3. Um, and the White Orchid Phantom into Wisp curve feels good for the same reason that the Overlord into Wisp curve feels good. So yeah, right. It's not like we are really short on things to do on with our mana on turn 1 anyway. It's just, it feels like efficiency is the name of the game in a lot of respects, which is why I would really like it to be 1 mana, but maybe it just can't be. Um, so yeah, maybe it is just like the 4 moms become like 2 wisps. And then I don't know what, but like that's a thing to think about, as sad as it would be. Therapy does get worse without mom, but I don't know if it's by like enough. Um, you are right though. Just you know, going from you know 32 to 30-ish creatures and none of those creatures being 1-drops. It's not as good, um, but I'm gonna think about it. It would free up a little bit of sideboard space too if the therapies were in the main deck and we just played. I don't, what would I even put in my sideboard if I had the room for it? I guess is part of the question. I guess I could put Stony Silence in. That's only kind of a joke. And obviously, just talking about that's a lot of that's just recency bias playing against Forge twice in a row. But you wonder if we're supposed to. We go to 4 add Origin Chainers. We can play him as a land. Maybe. I don't think it's absurd to play like Witch Enchanter #2 as the 34th land. Um, I don't know that I would go any higher than that. Um, but I think there was a time. I think before Formalware was online, I had some lists that were playing a second Witch Enchanter as a 34th lane, and it was like fine. Um, honestly, maybe not. There have definitely been some games and matches where I've missed Lauren a bit. It feels like I've been playing against quite a bit of Urza Saga lately. Maybe that's just me, but even against like Moon Stompy, you know, Lauren's pretty good in that matchup. Um, Definitely fits the bill of being impactful, even if it's not cheap. Um, and I do miss activating Lauren with Bowmasters out. That's always fun. So let's do a little bit of experimenting here. What if we remove all the Mother runes? We move 2 Cabal therapies into the main deck. We add 2 Flicker Wisps. What if we cut this Emperor Bones for a Lauren? Something like that. We're at 30 creatures. The curve is about the same, a little bit higher, because we've cut two 1-drops and 1 2-drop for 3 drops. But this Cabal therapy definitely lets us get more value out of our 2-drops, notably. Because it can potentially give us something to do on, on the second turn other than just play a creature. It gives us some room in our sideboard to play something stupid like Stony Silence if we needed something that was like really narrow. One card I have been thinking about recently is Disruptor Flute. Kind of like Pithing Needle, kind of not, but could even play something as simple as a Deafening Silence. I'll double check what else has been in Yoshiwada's sideboards. I don't really like his sideboards, to be totally honest, but yeah, he has like Wrath of the Skies, Plague Engineer. He still has Fairy Macabres, which I don't really get. There's 3 Deafening Silence, 2 Disruptor Flute. Yeah, something like this is maybe worth trying out. I think I'm solidly feeling though like I maybe don't like tonight was honestly like a decent outing for Snuff Out. You know, we played against Nadu once and Forage twice, but I'm not really sure. Like, especially thinking about like the matchup that I most want extra removal for is it's like Delver Moon Stompy mostly. It helps against Nadu, and the Nadu is where Snuff Out definitely is the best compared to Path to Exile, but it hasn't been a whole lot of it. I'm thinking I'm thinking like if we're playing Snuff Out, it's probably not more than 1. MTG Freeze, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. We are almost wrapped up, but just want to do a little bit more thinking about this list while things are at the front of my mind. I wish that there were more sideboard cards I was even that excited to play. It mostly just feels like when I get to make room for the narrow cards I never like but like feel are the only things that will work, you know? Maybe I try something like this. I'll think on it a little bit more, but I think this list in general seems worth trying out to me. The other nice thing that going up to 4 wisps does is that, like, it's one of the few ways you have other than Cauldra to, like, actually just kind of kill your opponent. You know, it doesn't happen as much as it used to, but you can just put 2 wisps into play. It's a 6 power. Sometimes that's enough. Okay, I think I am done looking at this. I'm gonna call it. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Um, it's been real. I will be back at the usual time on Sunday. If you're new, I basically always stream D&T in Legacy, some form of Death and Taxes. Um, Thursdays and Sundays, starting around 8:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern. If you missed any of this VOD and want to check it out, it'll be up on my YouTube channel at MTG Akaleth. You can find me at Akaleth on Blue Sky. You have already found me at Akaleth on Twitch. Um, please follow. If you happen to have an available Amazon Prime subscription, I would be a very happy and appreciative recipient of that subscription. And I think that's it. I do stream on Twitch. I know. I know that is not always obvious. I don't advertise it that much, but I do in fact stream on Twitch. And I think that's everything. I do post my videos on YouTube. Oh, hey, what do you know? I didn't even notice that my all of the links are in chat right above that when I was just talking. So, all right, I think that it is time for me to go. Thank you for hanging out. Let me see if there's anybody around to raid. Unfortunately, since Evrim finished, I'm wondering if we're not actually going to find any Legacy streamers at this hour. We rarely can for that reason. Yeah, okay. Oh wait, no. We got Sai is on. Let's go. Go say hi to Sai for me. They just won the Legacy Challenge yesterday, I think, playing Reanimator that sideboards into the Chain of Smog combo. And go say hello. Go check them out. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody.